If you can't tell, I'm in Linda's pickup again, retrieving. Is that thing recording? Yep. Retrieving small children from school and big children from school. Let me get a sip of water. Went over to see my brother Chris in the Indian hospital. They moved him to ICU. He says he's feeling better. I hope he is. The bottom line on it, though, is he's going to be in that hospital for a while. I told him something, and he's realizing it was absolutely true. They take better care of you over there, even than they did at Fort Smith Baptist or any of the Choctaw clinics or hospitals. The people at Ada care. They really do. He's got real good doctors, real good nurses, and he just wishes he had something different to eat. And I understand. I've been in that hospital a lot. Now, I took my van over there. Everything was fine. Coming back, I've got these two door windows. Now, I need to tell you something that my wife was right about. Again, she just seems to keep doing that. But the front, on the passenger side, middle doors, the front window glass, somebody had tried to glue it in place. And she told me, and I tried pushing it back into place. I should have paid more attention. It's a 1994 Gavila or Gala, I don't remember. It's a special van. It was custom built, the coach was. And they only made 7,000 of that particular model. So I can't just go down to a salvage yard and get a replacement window. So what I'm going to do when I get back home, I told Linda I want her and Aurora to cut me a pattern on that window exactly, and I'll get some zip board or something, and Benjamin and I will cut it out, and I'll paint it, and I'll screw it to the door on the inside of the frame. And then I'll caulk around it or whatever. I'll paint the zip board black. I prayed real hard about what to do. And like I'd said to everyone on here and elsewhere, I bought that van to work out of, to do film out of, and it just got a head start on getting beat up, I guess. I pulled up here, and it's 220. There's never this much traffic at 220, but there is now, man. They're just all over the place, running around and milling about. Anyway, we cleaned out the storage building. We had to put stuff out of the den into the storage building, then we put part of that into my old van, because it's all cavernous in there, and it all worked out well. And then Perry showed up with one guitar, clothes, and a shower chair thing, and he forgot Chris's other guitar, and I'll get it from him later. We got all that done, and then I had to run. I had to be somewhere. The problem was, this was late in the afternoon, evening, 6:30ish, around 6:30 or so. I had to be to Walmart by 7 to pick up a prescription for Linda. I got there just in the nick of time, And it would have, and I told Perry Raincheck I'll take him, and I told him I was going to treat him to the world's best barbecue, and I will. It's called Smoking Joe's Rib Ranch. I made a believer out of my brother Chris. And there's a lot going on everywhere right now with everyone. There just is. Our family's no exception. We're pretty much the rule, like what everybody else is dealing with. Mom, they're taking care of my little brother over at that hospital. They are. And I'll get my window in my van fixed. It really, I shouldn't have been surprised. I should have listened to my wife and done something about it early on. I didn't. That's on me, not anybody else. It's an old van. It's a 1994, even though it's low mileage, and I'm having to replace stuff all the time. The problem I got now, and my son Benjamin's going to help me with it, the front seat, I think there's a disconnect underneath. It's all the way up, and that's very uncomfortable for me, so I want to see if we can get it moved back. And that happens, it'll make it much more pleasant on me, especially getting in and out. I stopped at Sonic here in Davis before I went over to Ada and got me a couple of those cheap little quarter-pound double cheeseburgers. And while I was there, there was a U.S. Food semi parked in the middle of the road out in front of it, and a highway patrolman, evidently, I don't think he gave the guy a ticket because they shook hands when he was leaving. And so I'm headed toward Ada on the turnpike, and there's two more highway patrols stopped in the middle of the road down underneath the overpass, checking driver's license and insurance and all that. So those traffic spot checks are going on, folks, so you need to be careful. And if you don't have insurance, you better get it, and if you drive drunk, you better not. I even started wearing my seatbelt. Yeah. I can't in this pickup because I'm too fat for it to go around me. True story, that. But in my van, even with it all the way up, it fits just fine. I do wear my seatbelt in the van. I am probably going to have to take this pickup after I drop the kids off and go get a couple of sheets of zip board, because I've got one I've got to put in a bed frame to make a bed for my brother, and the other one I need a piece to cut that out and zip it, screw it with self-tapping screws into the body of the van, so that I've got that window blocked. I mean, when I first got the van and was driving it didn't have all that wind noise. And Linda made the comment, she noticed that there was a lot of wind noise. It was really quiet when I first got it, and it will be again once I block that wind from coming in. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say about anything. I just thought I'd keep all my friends and family informed as to what's going on. I've got this is what, Tuesday? Yep, Thursday I've got a job I've got to do. Friday I've got to drive Linda over to her oncologist, and I'll have that window fixed in the van by then. The van it might not be more comfortable for her, but and it's comfortable, but it's a whole lot more comfortable for me. It hurts my knees getting out of this truck because I have to drop, boom, like that, and it hurts when I do that. Well, folks, I love all of you. I do, with my whole entire heart. I love you, and I want God to bless you, everyone watching this. And Be kind. You can't go wrong being kind to people and to other living things. Bye.